all started with a post on a horror forum. Someone claimed that a strange incident had occurred at a media company. According to the post, the company had recently released a new TV series. The show was badly made, had no promotion, and almost no viewers. But the poster claimed that members of the production team were involved in a cult and that the show had been cursed. They warned people not to watch it. According to the post, if you pressed a specific combination of buttons while watching the show, a hidden cursed video embedded inside the episode would appear. When I first read it, I didn't believe a word. It sounded like an obvious marketing stunt to generate attention for a low-budget series. The original post didn't even mention which buttons to press. Not long after, another user replied with the exact key combination. I was almost certain it was the same person using a different account to create fake hype. Soon, multiple video channels started talking about it too. They claimed that people who pressed the buttons had disappeared, never to be seen again. Others allegedly survived, but had gone completely insane. None of it could be verified. Anyone with common sense could tell it was made up. Still, I decided to investigate. Not because I believed it, but because I wanted content. If nothing else, the topic could bring traffic to my video account. That night, at 3 a.m., I decided to watch the episode. There was no special reason for the time. I'd just been busy earlier. Though I knew some people believed 3 a.m. carried supernatural significance, I didn't think much of it. I opened the app and started watching. Before pressing the key combination, I fast-forwarded through a few parts to understand the plot. Honestly, it was terrible. Boring, unoriginal, poorly made. No wonder it needed a curse rumor to attract attention. When I reached the timestamp mentioned in the post, I paused the video and pressed the keys. I stared at the screen. Nothing happened. I smirked to myself. Obviously fake. While the video was still paused, I went to the bathroom to splash some water on my face. To be honest, whenever I made debunking videos like this, part of me always hoped something strange would actually happen. But it never did. This time was no different. I was disappointed. When I returned to the living room, I froze. The video was no longer paused, and what was playing on the TV felt disturbingly familiar. I stepped closer. Within seconds, my blood ran cold. The footage wasn't from a TV show. It was my apartment. The person on screen wasn't an actor. It was me. That was impossible. At first, I thought someone had hacked my devices, but that made no sense. My TV didn't even have a camera. How could anyone be filming me? I grabbed the remote and tried to turn the TV off. Nothing happened. I pressed the power button on the TV itself. Still nothing. I unplugged the power cable. The screen stayed on. My hands began to shake. This wasn't possible. Then I heard a voice. I looked around wildly, trying to find where it was coming from, but the voice echoed throughout the entire room, while the TV continued showing me. The voice said, "Weren't you trying to prove this was fake? So what are you gonna do now?" My stomach churned violently. I felt like I was about to vomit. I ran toward the door, trying to escape, but the door was gone. In its place was a solid wall identical to every other wall in my apartment. I rushed to the window. Gone. More wall. There was no way out. Then I heard a strange sound coming from the dining area. I knew I shouldn't look, but my feet moved on their own. This is the decision I regret the most. I should have hidden. Instead, I turned toward the TV, and my heart dropped. The thing that had been speaking to me was climbing out of the television. It had my face, my body. At first, it had looked like a video recording, but now it was wrong, completely wrong. Its face was twisted, stretched into an unnaturally wide grin that distorted its eyes. Its clothes were torn and stained with blood. Half of its face looked melted, pitted, and uneven. When it saw me, the flesh on its face began to fall off. No blood, just exposed muscle. In some places, bone was visible. Was that real enough for me now? "No, this isn't real. I'm dreaming," I shouted incoherently. The creature laughed. "Still don't believe it? Then I'll help you wake up." I squeezed my eyes shut and rubbed them hard. When I opened them again, the creature was gone. Then a voice whispered right next to my ear. "Now, don't we look even more alike?" I screamed, covered my face, and ran into the kitchen. I crawled under the dining table and grabbed a knife. Behind me, footsteps grew closer, louder. "That expression you made earlier was priceless. Still don't understand the rules of the game? Here, I make the rules." I knew I couldn't just hide. I turned and stabbed the knife straight into its throat. But it didn't bleed. Instead, thick black sludge poured out. At that moment, the front door suddenly opened. A familiar voice called out, "Hey, I'm home. I bought your favorite food." It was my girlfriend. I ran to her and hugged her so tightly that she almost dropped what she was holding. "You're finally back. I thought I was going to die," I cried. She hugged me back, but her arms tightened. Too tight. I could barely breathe. "Hey, you're hurting me," I said. Her voice suddenly changed. "Darling, aren't you supposed to be an expert debunker? Didn't you find it strange that I came home at 3 a.m. with food?" My body went cold. Who are you?" She smiled. "You're adorable. I'd love to keep you company longer, but I have things to do." "What do you want from me?" I panicked. "I actually like how cooperative you're being. You have a lot of followers, don't you? Why don't you make a video and tell everyone exactly what you experienced, every detail?" "Why?" "Because I want more people to play." Her smile grew terrifying. "Tell them how to unlock the cursed video, and make sure you warn them not to watch it." "Why would I warn them?" "Because when people are told not to do something, they always do it." "And if I refuse?" "Then I'll come find you. And your girlfriend." I collapsed to the floor, whispering, "This is just a dream." But when I ran to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, I saw a clear scratch mark on my face. That's when I knew this wasn't a dream. Over the next few days, I recorded my experience and uploaded it. It went viral. A few months later, the media company took the series down. I deleted my video soon after. Only then did I finally feel safe. I never touched anything supernatural again, but people re-uploaded it to other platforms. If you really want to look, you might still find it. You might even find the button combination. But as someone who barely survived long enough to tell this story, I must warn you, do not watch that show. Do not try it. Never press those buttons.